Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests. We're so happy to have you all with us. Today is the September 7th meeting of the Rotary Club of Gainesville. Guests and visiting Rotarians, anyone who's visiting us on Zoom, please identify yourself at the chat at this time. And if you're watching on YouTube, please register your participation by sending an email to info@rotarygainesville.org. Pete, are you with us today? Come on, Tom. Thank you. You don't want to hear me sing.
Pinch hitting today for Pete. We'll sing God Bless America. Gordon, you ready? God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. Now join me in pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we have Reverend Catherine Price with her invocation.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to be joining you via Zoom. As we prepare to pray today, I just wanted to share with you that Colleen Keene, longtime member and active member of Rotary, lost her sister to cancer a couple of days ago. And David invited me to share that with you all. I invite you to be in prayer for her. And also, as I thought about the invocation, I was thinking about the Cadet Award Ceremony today, the anniversary of 9/11, and our withdrawal from Afghanistan. So let's bow our heads and pray together. Almighty God, creator of all humanity and author of peace, today as we approach the 20th anniversary of the terrorist attacks on our country, we mourn the 2,996 persons who lost their lives on that day, including 400 first responders. We also mourn the loss of the 2,448 U.S. service members and 66,000 Afghan national military and police who have lost their lives in the resulting 20-year war in Afghanistan. We are ever mindful of the cost paid for the liberty we possess and continue to pray for the families of all those who lost their lives. As we gather as Rotarians today, we ask you to bless the members of our armed forces. And we give you thanks for the 3 outstanding cadets who will be recognized this morning. Give them and all service members courage, hope, and strength. May they experience your firm support, gentle love, and compassionate healing. Be their power and protector, their refuge and strength, and an ever-present help in times of trouble. May we and all nations of the world seek to work together so that violence may be overcome by peace, weapons of destruction may be transformed into tools of justice, and hate give way to true love and appreciation. Now bless our time together, this ceremony of recognition, our food and our conversation, that it would be pleasing to you. Amen.
Thank you very much, Catherine. You may be seated. At this time, we would ask that Rotarians who are visiting with us or any Rotarians with guests would stand and be introduced.
Fellow Rotarians, you will be meeting them individually, but you will notice at this table, we are happy to have representatives of the Army, Air Force, and Navy ROTC from the University of Florida. And David will be introducing them on an individual basis, but we are grateful to have them here.
We have another gentleman with us who is actually a representative of the Army. But Dr. Brian Ray sent me an email last week just asking, would it be okay if I came and hung out at the meeting Tuesday? I'd like to watch my daughter receive the award. That's Cadet Ashley Ray. And so Brian and I, Dr. Ray and I exchanged emails, and it turns out he's actually the director of the Business Ethics Center at the University of Florida. And rather coincidentally, you may remember Dr. Ray spoke to our club 3 or 4 years ago about his experience in Afghanistan. So please welcome this special guest, Dr. Brian Ray.
Welcome to all our visiting Rotarians and guests today. So it's the beginning of the month and it's time to recognize Rotarians with birthdays. So I want to remind everyone that half of what your dollar that you're going to bring up if it's your birthday this month is going to our Reading Safari program. So at this time, the following Rotarians have September birthdays: Tony Barr, Colin Burrows, Mary Day Coker, Tom Collette, Grace Horvath, Gerald Isaacs, Kay Mitchell, Ivan Ulrich, Jerry Painter, Amor Villar, and myself. I'll owe the dollar. We're going to sing happy birthday. Tom, you don't have to get
Yes, we can.
Oh,
I have a
good.
mic over here
Thank you.
too.
Okay.
Are you ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, fellow Rotarians. Happy birthday to you and many more.
Your beautiful voice. Thank you, Tom. All right. And we have a couple of announcements from Rotarians. TJ, you have a few for us?
Good afternoon, everybody. A number of projects that we have going on. Tomorrow at 9:30, the Catholic Charities Backpack Program returns. So we'll be packing backpacks at Catholic Charities at 9:30. That's at the corner of 16th Avenue and 9th Street. So if you're interested, please go. This weekend at 10 a.m. at Bread of the Mighty on Northwest 10th Avenue, we're going to be doing another packing event like we've done the past few months. Please look at your email for information probably tomorrow, and there will be information on that event. I know a number of us went last month and it was a lot of fun. And then finally, we're continuing through Rotaract, our Afghan refugee resettlement support project. We have a number of folks throughout the community, not just in Rotary, who are supporting that project, including some churches and other faith-based organizations. So we've raised roughly $600 so far. I think there's a photo. Is there a photo yet? We've gotten a number of other donations in kind and through Amazon. Right now, the Amazon wish list has about 20 items that have been purchased. So you can see 3 up there, and then you can see some items that have been dropped off at Richard Allen's office. So if you're interested in supporting that project, either through Rotary or through a different organization that you're connected to, we would love to be able to facilitate that. And I'll be here after the meeting to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, TJ. And Richard has said that if anyone wants to bring a couple of bags in at Rotary, I know I have a couple in my car today, so that helps for those that aren't able to make a special trip to the building. So thank you for doing that, Richard. Okay, Harvey, you're up. Harvey Baxter.
I'm a proud Rotarian, originally from this club in 2000, currently a member of the Baker County Rotary Club. My Rotary passion is the Guatemala Literacy Project. And it's a network of Rotarians, individually, clubs, and the Cooperative for Education to improve the educational opportunities for rural Guatemalans, especially the indigenous. Since 1998, 600 different clubs have contributed over the years, including this club for 7 years that I'm aware of. The global grants the last 4 years have exceeded $500,000 to help our program. Last year, 150 clubs were involved. The focus is on the rural western part of Guatemala, the indigenous area. Started out with putting textbooks in schools. There are now 200 schools that have the textbooks provided through the GLP. Then they added computer centers, and there's 75 of those. It's now expanded where we take primary, middle school, and high school. There are over 750 kids in the scholarship program in the primary level teacher training, giving the latest techniques on how to make reading enjoyable for a basically illiterate population. This past year, 220 teachers were trained and storybooks were put in 20 classrooms in spite of the pandemic. Whoops, that's the questions. I'm here because I would solicit from members in this club on your own, just a check made out to GLP or cash. It'll be combined. There's the ability to take individual checks and give the big club back on the rolls of the GLP. I think in the district right now, there are probably 7 or 8 clubs that I've spoken to that are giving this year, and I appreciate the time.
Thank you, Harvey, for all your hard work and efforts in this regard. John Gregory, is it true you have another poem this week? Come on up.
This one is called Fired on Labor Day. Labor Day, a super day, no doubt. When we all think of workers, how stout. As a fireman, he had a desire. Gene Prince wanted to retire because he was really totally burned out. Melanie Shore, as a banker for loans, in her work, she thought that she had grown. Her boss didn't agree and so set her free simply for the lack of interest she'd shown. Oh, one guy tried to pull some stunts, stole a bank calendar, such a dunce. Judge Toby knew he was caught. Monaco couldn't be bought. This guy is now serving his 12 months. Calendar. Patrick Irby's tattoo was planned, but Buddy wanted it to be banned. As clerk of the court, he surely abort. Patrick would become a marked man. Hope you had a happy Labor Day.
Thank you, John. Okay, and next up we have a member Craft Talk. Helen, you have someone to introduce?
I don't have to remind many of you that 20 years ago on 9/11, we all shared a Rotary meeting together. The gray hairs bespeak the ones that were here that day. I distinctly remember in that meeting how we came in hushed and quiet and unknowing, and you remember things on disastrous days. You can't remember where you were, the people you were with. But I remembered, we said the pledge, we sang a song, there was a prayer. I think everything just took on a different meaning. When Tim first visited Rotary, I was delighted to introduce him to some people here. And I remember after that, we went through our routine of the pledge, the song, and the prayer. And I looked at Tim later after that and I said, so when was the last time you said the Pledge of Allegiance? And his reply was, not, too long ago. That was good. I've known him for many years as an architect, and he has a very supportive and very fun family. He's joined us with a burning desire to expand his outreach and his service to others in our community. I expect you will welcome him with me, and I know that he's going to enjoy a very rewarding membership here in the club. Tim?
All right. Hello. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate the time to get to tell you a little bit about myself. Got a couple of pictures up here that will. There we go. Thank you. All right. So I'm Tim. I'm an architect, and I was thinking about all of the different members of this community that I work with. This is a listing of some of the clients that we have, clients, contractors. And I realized that I've really got kind of more roots in the community than I first thought about. This is my family, my wife Callie and my son Gray, a shot from a scavenger hunt that we did a couple of years ago. I'm a person that likes to travel. This is a photo from one of our trips to Cuba. I really enjoy seeing different places, seeing how different people live. It really gives me a different perspective on what our life here is like when you view it through lenses of some other folks. This is a shot of one of my hobbies. I like to run. I particularly like to run on trails. This was the Javelina 100 that I ran with my dad in Arizona 2 years ago. And this is my office, Walker Architects. You might recognize our yellow overhang on 13th Street. We're a passionate and active group of architects. We say that we're a firm that listens. There are some architects who have a particular design vision that they need to get out to the world. There are some architects that work on very specific projects. The kind of projects that we like to work on are the ones where a client has a complex problem, where there's something in their building or space that's getting in the way of their mission. So if we can tackle that kind of issue with our projects, those are the ones that make us the happiest. This is an example project that we did for Exactech here in Gainesville. They had a multi-building campus that was kind of inefficient. People didn't get to interact with people very well. So we gave them a new space where we took their manufacturing facility and made that the core of their new building. So the offices were grouped around that. The designers worked directly with the producers, and their marketing team had a great showcase space where they could show people behind the scenes what was happening. This is a project for Infinite Energy here in town. This is another case where they had kind of developed over the years in a couple of small buildings, and they needed one place to house a couple of their key agile work groups. This is a project that is starting construction right now for the University of Florida, a new student healthcare center. They've been in their original 1911 building for the past 100 years, and now they're getting a new space where they can co-locate all of their services under one roof. This is a project that we are helping Grace out with, Grace Marketplace. They're beginning the capital campaign to raise funds to make this a reality, but this is a kind of in-between housing for people. So it's a set of kind of individual apartment living units for people to transition into a permanent home. And this is my current baby. This is a housing complex for the University of Florida, where they are in need of some housing that supports their Strive for 5 mission. They're competing with universities around the country, and they need to have an attractive space to recruit and retain students. So some of my work. Thank you.
Tim, I was fortunate to meet you electronically, I guess, virtually a couple of weeks ago with one of the meetings that Helen had put together, and he's representative of the fantastic new members that are just coming in waves right now, folks. I mean, it's exciting to be a member of this club when you see folks like Tim coming in. I don't know that he's missed a meeting since he's joined. His attendance is great, and he's ready to get involved and join some committees and help better our club. So Tim, thank you for your talk. Helen, thank you for introducing Tim and bringing him to our club. This is our four-way test plaque. Tim, this is for your office or your home. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. It's good to see everyone today, here in person and on Zoom. We're fortunate to have such able, I'm not sure the word's escaping me, but just excellent members of the clergy as club members. And you know, when I hear these prayers and what Catherine, what you shared today was so just considerate. I just love it when we have a prayer like that, and we get a lot of those. So thank you, Catherine. Before we get into our program, I just want to say on a kind of a lighter note, I enjoyed a little vacation time with my family this week, and we were over at Crescent Beach, and I think this was probably the only home football game that I won't be in the swamp for, but man, I just loved so much hanging out in the condo on Saturday watching college football. I'm so happy to have college football back and to see Ben Hill Griffin Stadium as full as it was. That's just really, really encouraging. I exchanged some texts with some friends. Eric and I exchanged texts, and I exchanged a text with our friend of the club, Chris Doring, who spoke recently, and just how cool it was to see him and the boys, you know, around the booth again. And just, man, it's fun. We're in a fun transitional period here with the pandemic, and I'm excited to see everyone here, and just wanted to share that with you. We've got a fantastic program. There's going to be a lot of folks coming up and down here from the microphone, and I hope you'll give everyone the attention that they deserve. We've got some exceptional folks with the Army, Navy, and Air Force, ROTC at UF here. And Margaret Combs has done a wonderful job planning this program, and I'm going to ask Margaret to please come up now to introduce the program.
Thank you, David. As long as I've been a member of this club, which is not very long compared to some of you, it's about 15 years, every year we have honored the young people who are preparing to serve us all in various branches of our military. And honoring excellence is always an effort that inspires. And today we will be honoring excellence again as the various services that in fact are teaching, guiding, and preparing the leadership for the future. And I think it's particularly auspicious that it be today, because we all have so many different feelings on our hearts and minds about the day coming up. I was in the air at the time, and about the days that have passed that we have all worried and wondered about. But the one thing that we as Americans are all able to rest upon is the fact that we have a highly prepared and highly effective military that will protect and save our democracy. And we thank everyone for this day when we honor some very special young people who will move into those roles. And I've asked David if he would do the presentations and bring up our various guests. Thank you.
Okay, folks, so just to kind of give you a little bit of an overview background here, we have the senior commanding officer of the Army, the Air Force, and the Navy. That's the senior commanding officer of ROTC at UF. So this is the top brass. And each one of these senior commanding officers is going to be introducing an outstanding cadet, or with Navy, the outstanding midshipman. And boy, I'm glad we've got such a talented musician back there on the piano, because Gordon is going to play a little song for each of these folks as they come up. So first, I'm going to ask Lieutenant Colonel John Ferry to come up to tell us about Cadet Luis Diaz Ontiveros.
First, I just want to say thanks for the invitation, and thanks for the years that you guys have met together to recognize the cadets within ROTC. Really appreciate you taking the time to do that. Also, I was not aware of what the club does, both from the community and internationally. So thank you for what you do for both the local community and abroad. So thanks for that. I just wanted to just kind of give you an overview of the UF Army program, and then go into recognizing Cadet Diaz Ontiveros. So at UF, we have about 90 cadets. We also have an extension program at University of North Florida. So we have a total for a battalion of about 170. So Cadet Diaz Ontiveros is one of those top performing cadets out of that whole group of 170. So exciting times for some of the cadets, the seniors that are going to be graduating in December in the summer. And here in a few months, they're going to find out if they're going to go active duty, National Guard, or Reserve. And then subsequently, a month or so after that, they're going to find out what branch, as far as from like infantry, military intelligence, etc. So exciting times for our seniors that are about to graduate. And exciting times for others that are about to continue to progress and continue to excel. So that is Ferris, come up. So one of the top performers, right? So with anything, we all remember college, although it was probably a long time ago. It was one of the first things as far as from a time management perspective, and he has definitely crushed that. He's been able to, from all his extracurricular programs and clubs that he's involved in, to all the ROTC events, some that are not mandatory that he volunteers for, and then all of his academics. Just one of those guys that just people gravitate towards during labs, from his personality, already showing the leadership characteristics that we want from our Army officers. With all of that, he was still able to make the dean's list for accounting, right? So awesome job. Again, one of our top of 170 that we have within the program. And that's it. Just want to again say thank you for your time and coming out.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to say thank you for having me. It's truly an honor to be here today with all of you and what this organization stands for. Honestly, joining the Army ROTC was one of the best decisions I've ever made. It gave me a direction of where to go with my life, and it gave me a new family, a new home to be here. I want to thank my cadre and Lieutenant Colonel Ferry for always pushing me to be better every day, and also my peers for just working together and growing together. It's truly an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Ferry. And Cadet, pardon me, you've got a beautiful last name. A lot of syllables. Cadet Diaz Ontiveros, thank you for your service, your service now and your future service. We're just honored to have you all here. Okay, let's move on to the Air Force. And for the Air Force, folks, we have Lieutenant Colonel James Miranda, and he will be introducing Cadet Ashley Ray.
All right. Well, first of all, good afternoon, everybody. It is absolutely an honor to be here. As Colonel Ferry said before me, it's truly impressive to see what this organization does and what you bring to the community. I will tell you, I'm brand new in the seat here at UF Air Force ROTC. I've only been here since about July, but I've been absolutely blown away at the quality of the young people involved in this program. It is very humbling to see what they bring, the commitment that they have, the brilliance that they have, and the great things that they're going to do for their country. I will tell you today, I am honored to present to you Cadet Ashley Ray. She's what we call an AS-200, an Aerospace 200, which means she's a sophomore cadet. She is majoring in journalism. And as a leader, she has been truly exceptional. As I mentioned, I've only been here for a short time, and this is my first semester in the seat. So I had to go back to the other instructors, and I said, hey, look, the Rotarians are giving us this awesome opportunity for a cadet. Who should we nominate? Who is the right choice? And I will tell you, every single person said Ashley Ray. They said she is the one. She is the one with that leadership potential. She is the one who, among her peers, is really just knocking it out of the park. So I mentioned that she's a journalism major. She was also a recipient of the high school scholarship program. While she was in high school, she was very active as a gymnast. So when she came here to UF, she got involved in the gymnastics program here as well as a manager of the gymnastics team. So in addition to studying journalism, you know, doing everything she can in the ROTC program, she's also managing the gymnastics team and just doing fantastic in all of those things. I'll tell a little story about Cadet Ray, which is a bit of a testament to her commitment, to her leadership. She went through a pretty significant knee injury and had some serious surgery done. Despite that, she continued to come to all of the ROTC events, despite the fact that she was in a lot of pain and in a tough spot, to show her support for her teammates, to really stand there and say, hey, I am with you guys. And it's that kind of action that I look at somebody like Cadet Ray and I say, man, she is selfless. She is really going to be a tremendous leader. Now she's aiming to be a public affairs officer in the Air Force when she graduates from the UF program and commissions. And I have no doubt that that will be something she will absolutely excel in. So again, Cadet Ray, thank you so much. If you could come up here, please. We even get serenaded. You can't even beat that, right? That is pretty good. So, all right. Well, thank you, Cadet Ray. Let me give you a fist bump. All right. No, thank you all very much. And ma'am, I will turn it over to you. All right.
So I joined ROTC with the Air Force last year as a freshman, and I was very unsure coming in if it was going to be the right fit for me. And right away, I found that it was. I did the candidacy for the drill team, the Billy Mitchell drill team in the fall, and the candidacy for Arnold Air Society, which is a volunteer service organization, in the spring. And my candidate class was about 11 in the fall and 15 in the spring of my peers. And it was really through that candidacy where I really pushed my limits and I found more about myself, and I realized that ROTC was the right place for me. I really came out of my shell. Normally, I'm a lot more introverted, you know, even though I like to go into journalism, be a public affairs officer. Sometimes, you know, being out loud, public speaking doesn't always come naturally to me, but that's something that I really found that through ROTC that I grew, and the program really helps me with that. Additionally, like mentioned, I had a knee surgery last year, and that was the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. I had to sit on the sidelines and watch my peers participating, but it only fueled me and made me realize that no matter what, the people I was around, my wingmen, I could count on them and I could trust them. They were my family, and it made me even more motivated to get through my knee surgery so I could be back out there with them and finally join the Big Blue Air Force. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Miranda. And thank you, Cadet Ray. That's a wonderful story of your perseverance. I'm so glad you all are with us today. Next, I'm going to ask Lieutenant Arthur Small of the Navy ROTC to come up and introduce Midshipman Samuel Coles.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to echo what was said before me about the honor it is to be here and to be represented by the midshipmen and cadets that we're getting presenting today. I was afraid I was going to break it, you know. So strong, you know. A word that was said a lot earlier today was commitment, and I think that's the attribute that midshipmen and cadets have to exhibit most while they're in their quest in their college careers to get a commission, something that I did not too long ago myself. And I think Midshipman Coles meets and exceeds all those expectations in what he does. Midshipman Coles originates from Bethesda, Maryland. However, his family has since relocated to Jacksonville, Florida. And he comes from a military lineage. So his dad, retired captain from the military, from the Navy, 06, and his brother, recent graduate of University of South Florida, has recently started his trek in Officer Candidate School to get his own commission as well in the Marine Corps. So when you talk about midshipmen or a cadet, you talk about the moral, mental, and physical attributes that they have to exceed and achieve to become and take that next step in becoming an officer in the military. And in every category, he exceeds those expectations. He operates currently as a battalion sergeant major, executing and making sure every plan is executed flawlessly with battalion leadership. He currently is majoring in Arabic with a minor, majoring in political science with a minor in Arabic and maintaining a 3.63 GPA, which is outstanding. I don't know how well everyone did here in college, but I can tell you that I was not the brightest bulb when I came through. So that's in itself amazing, right? As well, he also maintains some of the highest physical fitness standards, being a Marine option, right? I know the Navy and Marine Corps are married together in one organization. However, the Marine Corps does seem to outshine us a little bit physically. I'll give him that. But he continues to excel and be a shining example of what a midshipman should be to everyone that has gone before him and everyone below him. Midshipman Coles also, outside of the battalion, maintains pretty active within inside the community, outreach, and then as well operating in Beta Theta Pi. He continues to excel and just be the model midshipman, someone that I wish, looking back, that I could be more like if I had done it over again. So without further ado, Midshipman Samuel Coles.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Lieutenant Small, for the kind words, and thank you to all you guys here at Rotary Club for honoring us with the awards. Everyone at the ROTC program at UF, every branch, is thankful for your continual support, so I want to thank you guys for that. So, like Lieutenant Small said, I do come from a military family. My dad is retired Navy, my grandfather retired Army, and we go back even farther than that. So service is always something that I myself have been interested in. I wanted to give back to my country. I wanted to be something, be part of an organization bigger than myself. So that's my inspiration for service. And coming into UF and ROTC, I wanted to do it specifically for the sense of community. So ROTC, when I came in, it was a rather large battalion. We had 90, but this year we're currently operating just under 60 midshipmen. So it's a really tight-knit group of people, a group of great men and women. And I really found that sense of community within it. Like Lieutenant Small said, I've kind of risen up the ranks in the battalion. I'm the battalion sergeant major right now. So I love getting more involved within the ROTC and in Gainesville as well, which is why I think that everyone here at Rotary Club is doing great things for the community, both Gainesville and worldwide. So thank you guys for that. And thank you for honoring us with these awards.
Thank you, Midshipman Coles. Thank you, Lieutenant Small. And folks, I would just like to say that this is a program that we unfortunately just couldn't pull off last year due to the pandemic. But this is something that I have enjoyed ever since I've been a member of this club. I truly might be overusing this word, but I truly take inspiration from young people like this who have chosen to do what they're doing. I mean, that's impressive to me. And these are three exceptional individuals. So thank you all for what you're doing. Thank you for your service to our country. We have some gifts for each of you, all six of you. We've got something for you to remember being here, remember this ceremony. And the first thing that I'll tell you that hopefully will help you remember it, we have a $500 cash scholarship to each of you three cadets. So I'd ask you just to pop up here real quick. Cadet Ashley Ray, Cadet Diaz Ontiveros, and Cadet Samuel Coles. Just hop up here. I want to give this to you. Okay, and before I close the program, I want to also I'm sorry I have to continue looking down at my notes here, but a lot of folks that I have just met for the first time, and so I want to make sure I'm saying your names correctly, but I've enjoyed speaking with each of you also today, but Lieutenant Colonel John Ferry and Lieutenant Colonel James Miranda and Lieutenant Arthur Small, just to help you guys remember this occasion. I've got our Rotary coin that has, well, on the front, it has our motto, which is service above self. And I think this fits what you all do for our country so well. And on the back, it has our four-way test. Four-way test is something we run by everything that we as Rotarians think, say, or do. This is kind of what gives Rotary kind of a distinction from other service clubs. Not going to badmouth the Kiwanis Club or any of these other service clubs, but at Rotary, we hold ourselves to a certain ethical standard, and I know all of us in this room are proud of that. This four-way test goes: is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? So I've got a coin for each of you, if you would just. Okay, folks, last thing before we close up here, I just want to draw your attention to a poem that we placed on the tables today. That is by our fellow Rotarian, Mary Crane. She did that many years ago, and if you'll take a look at it, it's Memorial to Our Heroes, and it's about 9/11. So take a look at that. A lot of us have some tough memories from that. So I'm glad Mary called me last week and asked if she could do that. So Melanie, would you bring me a ticket? Thank you. All right, folks, this is the 50-50 drawing, half to the winning ticket holder and half to the Rotary Reading Safari. We've got 142 are the last three digits. There's one back there. Okay. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all. We'll see you next Tuesday.